It is the quarterback guru of ESPN, and that is Ron Jaworski. Always nice enough to make time for us on the show. Ron, it's Michael K. How you doing?
Michael, thank goodness we are discussing the last preseason game. To me, it's been a dreadful preseason with some of the inconsistent play by the majority of teams around this league, and the inordinate amount of penalty flags just bogged the games down. So I can't wait to get to week one of the regular season.
Let's start with the penalty flags. Do you think that they will continue to throw them with the regularity they have in the preseason?
Well, if you believe Dean Blandino, the head of officiating for the National Football League, yes, they will continue until the players adjust. The rules are the rules. If they're going to enforce them like they did in the preseason, I think you'll see an abundance of flags pretty much throughout every game. I'm still trying to figure out, when you look at replays and when I look at the coaches' tape, why some of these calls are even being made. It certainly is slowing the game down, and many of them are questionable. And I also know from not only playing 17 years, but being at other teams' training camps and seeing how defensive backs, safeties, linebackers are coached. And a lot of the things they do are based on feel. You know, they're going to get their arm on a receiver, on a tight end, on a running back out of the backfield. They have a good sense of where they're going by feeling where they are. It's just part of playing that position in football. And yet you see these plays where a defensive guy is just feeling a receiver and he's called for a penalty. Is there contact? Yes, but in no way did he reroute a receiver, a running back, or a tight end. So to me, they've got to make some corrections on it.
How much would you like the quarterback with these rules right now?
Oh, my goodness. You know, last year was the most prolific passing year in the history of the NFL. I can't imagine what it's going to be this year. I mean, you know, Peyton may throw 60 touchdown passes this season. Amazing.
All right, now I'm going to ask you an outside-the-box question because so many people here in New York get excited about something like this. Ryan Nassib has been great in the fourth quarter, facing the third string. How legitimate is what Ryan Nassib has done for the Giants backing up Eli? And can any of it translate into him playing regularly and how he would do if he played against ones?
No, I think it's great to see that. I know that's the knee-jerk reaction. He was with number twos. He was with number threes. The ones were against the twos and all that. And quite honestly, you know, I really don't care about the stats. They are irrelevant. When I look at guys, I just want to see if they can play. You know, and certainly Ryan Nassib has taken a step forward. Last year, you know, he just didn't show it. This year, he's showing it. And I like to look at in the preseason, particularly young guys, and I've gone through Blake Bortles and Teddy Bridgewater and Jimmy Garoppolo and Logan Thomas and Zach Mettenberger. I've looked at these guys, and a lot of times the young guys, sometimes it can be too big for them. They play too fast. They play too frenetic. They play like their hair is on fire. And I look at their feet to see if they're calm. And to me, that says an awful lot. You know, and when I watch Nassib, you see a guy that, to a certain degree, has a calmness about his game. Does he go through his progression properly? I'm going to do a piece on NFL Live at 4 o'clock, kind of showing the issues right now with RG3. Simple reads by a quarterback are not being executed by RG3. Whereas I'm seeing Nassib make the step forward, doing something. So I really don't care who's it against, but I want to see him process information, go through his progression, and maintain proper mechanics in the pocket and poise in the pocket.
All right, now Eli Manning has had one good drive at the end of the first half against the Jets and had an interception overturned when they looked at it on replay. Steve Young was on with us and said it's going to take a full year for this guy to grasp this offense. Kevin Gilbride was on yesterday. He said, I think he's going to be okay. It's just a nomenclature. What are you seeing on the film?
I would probably lean more toward Steve Young's feeling on Eli Manning right now. He's not comfortable right now. It's that simple. When I look at him, I mean, some erratic throws. Albeit the one really good 2-minute drive, there's been no consistency. The offensive line has struggled. The receivers and Eli seem to be out of sync. Too many balls, are not accurate. And Eli, up until even last year, I thought he was more of a more accurate thrower. But right now, this offense is a mess. I mean, I I can't put it any other way. Ben McAdoo has a lot of work to do. I'd certainly like to see Odell Beckham get in and make some plays and give Eli some confidence that he's going to have one playmaker, a guy that can give him the explosive plays. But right now, it's going to take some time. It's not good.
Do you think they're holding anything back? I mean, that's what some fans are saying. Well, Tom's not really uncovering the whole offensive package. I think he wants to see something, and he hasn't seen anything. So do you think they're holding anything back for that opening game?
Of course, every team does that. No one's going to show what they're going to unveil in the regular season, but some of the basic fundamental passing game concepts must be executed, and I just don't see it on a consistent basis, and that's what it's all about. At the quarterback position, hey, every guy at this level can make throws. Just about every guy can read a defense. Not everyone can process it quickly, but the guys that do it on a consistent basis, and Eli has shown throughout most of his career, that he can do that. For whatever reason, this quick, short passing game is not agreeing with him right now.
All right, Geno Smith, from what you've seen on tape, is he better than he was last year? Can you expect him to have a decent year this year?
Yes, I do expect Geno Smith, and we've discussed him in our earlier conversations, how he played at the end of last season, how he's played in training camp, how he's played in the preseason. You're starting to see a comfortable quarterback, and there's a little swagger to his game right now. And I think for a young guy, that just typifies to me that he has some confidence. He's starting to feel it, and he has a much better supporting cast this season. I love Michael Vick. You guys know originally I thought Michael Vick would win that job until I went through all of Geno's plays from last year, and I felt that there was tremendous improvement, a quantum leap in that fourth quarter, and that he would be the Jets quarterback for a long time. I'll stand by that now.
What's your take on the Merriweather suspension? I mean, the guy that he hit, Torrey Smith, said, I don't think he should have been suspended. What do you think?
Well, he should have been suspended. By the letter of the law, you cannot go to the head neck area with the crown of your helmet. His target was too high. If his target would have been lower, I would have had an issue with it. But clearly, the crown was going high. The neck head area. I had this discussion with Brian Dawkins. We looked at that tape probably about 50 times yesterday. We slowed it down to super slow, and even a guy like Brian Dawkins, who's a fierce hitter in the secondary, has been fined over $300,000 in his career, felt that it was an illegal hit by going with the crown of your helmet to the head neck area.
The fact that he's done it 4 or 5 times, Ron, doesn't that tell you that he can't stop?
That's the problem. This is now chronic, and the next thing you're going to be looking at a guy that can't play in this league because you can't put him out in the field. He's got to learn how to do it the right way, or he's not going to play again.
All right, very quickly, do you think Joe Theismann said he thought that Cousins should be starting over RG3? Any chance?
No, I don't think so. When Dan Snyder has made the investment he has made in Robert Griffin III, he's going to be their quarterback. But as I said earlier, he has got to play a lot better. The simple fundamental reads of high, lows, and in and out, he is really struggling with. He's late on throws. He's frenetic in the pocket. Right now, he was just an out-of-sync quarterback. Some of these guys like Eli, Colin Kaepernick, RG3, for the Giants, it's week 5 of the preseason. For the other guys, week 4. They look rusty. They need to play in this 4th preseason game or 5th preseason game. They need to have some confidence going into the season opener that, hey, I can play this position. It's highly unusual. Quarterbacks that caliber, you're saying, yeah, they need to be on the field. But I clearly believe these guys need to get some confidence.
Now, Jaws, I know you have to get on NFL Live, get some hairspray on, so I'm going to let you go.
I got the makeup lady with me.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it all the time.
Bye-bye.